Good morning, everybody. I'll turn the camera around or do two videos, but this is very important. I'm not the first to find this, but I think it's very important that people know it's out there. It's about a woman named Somerset Belenoff, and this is called the website. This is about her. Nobody knows who runs this website about her, but I'm going to go a little bit into it. So let's first go to what they call her is the Illuminati Queen. And fast facts. Somerset Belenoff, Countess of Banbury and Arran, chairs the World Governing Council and is the Chief Executive Officer of the World Office, which is the prosecutorial and enforcement arm of the House of Wetton's upper chamber, meaning that's above Illuminati. Rothschild and all of them are below her. This is the powerful cabal which controls all of the elite Illuminati groups familiar to researchers. She is the registered owner of Bohemian Grove domain name and is likely the owner of the actual property where Bohemian Grove is located. She attended the Belenoff School, of which Princess Anne is also an alumni. Vladimir Putin has said that the Countess of Banbury and Arran is both the most beautiful woman and the most terrifying person he has ever met. She rules the White House. She rules the House of Wetton's upper chamber with an iron fist and is likely responsible for the execution of dozens of Illuminati, titled The Purge of the Princess. Now, every Halloween, they have, it's like the Hunger Games, and people volunteer to fight robots and AIs and clones and stuff like that. And her daughter owns it. It's called the Hollydale, and it's under an insane asylum in Los Angeles, and it does exist. Let's go to some of the quotes here of famous people, what they have said about her. Vladimir Putin. I fear only three things in this world: Lady Belenoff, illness, and death, in that order. Prince Charles of Wales. She's my cousin, actually, and I can't think of anyone I'd rather have by my side in times of difficulty, or anyone I'd rather not have on my side. David Rockefeller. Lady Somerset Belenoff taught me the value of letting go of my pride and the wisdom of respectively retreat so you can live another day. When I'm asked to what do you attribute your extraordinary long life, my response is always the same. I have the good fortune to remain in the good graces of Countess Somerset Belenoff. Now, let's go, and I'll give you the link to this, but Donald Trump, U.S. President, smart, tough lady. We've had very good conversations, very productive. It's a great partnership and will accomplish great things. The most eerie of them all is Billy Graham met her, and this is what she said to Reverend Billy Graham. I've met your devil, sir, and frankly, I was not impressed. It's my observation that has only the power that we humans give him, certainly. He derives some of his power from the witless weaklings who worship him, but I think he is made much more powerful by the good people who fear him. Trust me on this. Mock the devil, and he shall flee from thee. That's, and then she said, this is another statement of hers. Lucifer is a third-rate demonic entity who relies on his biblical fame and attempt to hold on to power. The pathetic fool once offered to give me the world on a silver platter in return for my immortal soul. I told him I already have the world. I have the silver platter, and I have no need for his silly trinkets. I told him if I was annoyed, if he annoyed further, I would take his eyes out, and he left. I was 13 years old, but at that age, I already understood you have to stand your ground with these dark buggers. I learned from the old ghosts of the Glamis. They were the best teachers, because she grew up in the Glamis Castle, and she claims those were her friends, were all ghosts. So now, if we go to the staff, you'll see, her daughter, works for her, and it's called the Wetton Executive Team. But the most eerie of this all, and you guys could look at this for yourself when I give you the link, but if you go all the way down, she also has a full staff of people that have been in a mental institution. Okay, and hold on. Let me get to it. Insane staff. The following individuals worked at the VibeSat program. They are housed at the Bedlam Royal Hospital in London. Insiders say they were brought to the Cathedral HQ complex in Luxembourg to work on the Vibe State project under the direction of Karina Belenoff, and later Tiamat Marbani. The work, which lasted more than a year, required extensive interaction with ancient demonic entities from the Sumerian, Babylonian, and Akkadian religions, as well as using highly advanced technology. Insiders tell us the project has been fully implemented and systems have already received several upgrades to continue improvement. The individuals listed below still reside at the Beldenham Lunatic Asylum in London, but they are frequently released on supervised travel papers to work on updates to Vibe, Forgotten Frequency, Lost Lullaby Frequency, and related systems. So all these people, Dr. Archibald Beard, Stella Daniels, Kermit Holman, Vanessa Payne, who's deceased, Drusilla Haviland, all of these people are mental cases and severe, but they communicate with the dead for her, because she has a whole another chamber that is just dedicated to conversating with the dead. Now, let's go to, I think it's evidence. There's the mob boss, Frank Cali. All these are Interpol red notices, police reports, and you could look them up. They're all encoded, but there was a Gambino mob boss that died on March the 1st, 2019, right there, Frank Cali. He was the reputed leader of the Gambino crime family based in New York. According to U.S. prosecutors, Mr. Cali's reputation and influence extended well beyond the 5 boroughs of New York City, and he was in fact respected and admired by the most powerful criminals in Europe. He is alleged to have maintained close ties with top mafia officials in Palermo. Shadow Watchers investigators have spoken with elements of the Sicilian Mafia in Palermo and learned that at least some of the leaderships have been unhappy with Wetton's influence in the business of organized crime. FBI sources to the Gambino task force believe Cali used his influence with corrupt jail officials to have Gravier, Borowski, and Waldenberg released from the Metropolitan Detention Facility. Many questions remain, but on March 13th, 2019, approximately 2 weeks after someone on Miss Belenoff's staff posted the statement above, Frank Cali was shot to death in front of his Staten Island home, according to the newspaper reports. Police believe the killing was unrelated to Mr. Cali's alleged mob ties. On April 3rd, Anthony Camello was indicted for the shooting death of Francesco Cali. Prosecutors are saying Mr. Camello was allegedly angry that Mr. Cali refused to allow him to date his niece. But that's not true, because it's right here that she had it done. And she says, Mr. Cali's important date is approaching. We will need to implement Operation Romeo Hammer. This needs to be brutal and public. So that's just one of many. If you go there. So you could see the different things here. There's staff, there's quotes, Glamis calling, there will be blood, Illuminati Queen, and welcome. And then if you go to Glamis calling website, okay, this is her website that she runs, and everything's encoded with the people that check in, work all over the world. This is what they're told to do, when they're told to do it, and it's all on here. It's all on this website. And here's all the, if you go to these dates, you'll see encoded things that happened, basically hits on people, throwing down other countries' presidents, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to put the link here, but just another brief about her. She was best friends with Jimmy Page. The song Stairway to Heaven was made about her. She's obsessed with the lost children of Hamlin. She can show up at the White House unannounced. She owns Bohemian Grove. She's quoted to say, "I pull the strings and the elite dance." She's in the upper chamber, which is higher than the Illuminati. And now let's just quickly go to, well, I'll put the link in there, but her daughter has a Twitter account, Karina Belenoff. Let's see if I could pull it up quickly. And the restaurant is called Hollydale. Let's see if Hollydale comes up. LA. There it is. There it is. Has an elite cannibal restaurant been discovered in LA? And that's it. And there it is. Of course, there's different people that are saying, it's a farce, but it's not. Established in 2015, the Hollydale is a purveyor of the finest human flesh harvested from only the most attractive willing donors, skillfully and reverently prepared by a world-class master chefs. The restaurant and staff are privately owned by Karina Belenoff, daughter of Somerset Belenoff, Countess of Banbury and Arran. Karina sits on the Board of Governors at the World Governing Council in Luxembourg, and she travels frequently to LA to ensure the Hollydale is always in tip-top shape. An exceptional, talented concert-level pianist, she has been known to deliver to surprise performances from time to time, entertaining guests. So, due to California licensing restrictions on the transport of human organs, we cannot allow guests to take food out of the restaurant. All have eaten food is repackaged and transported by licensed personnel to charitable institutions such as shelters, orphanages, and institutions for the elderly. And this is the menu. Baked oyster with mushroom and cream. tasty tongue, slow cooked overnight with onion, garlic leaves, chopped and stirred over green. Hearts of fire, salted brains, Tokyo style kidney pie, Irish hammered head cheese, blood pudding, fish and finger pie, French thighs and pommes frites, dulce leche, and other things. And then here's Prince Charles. My thanks to Karina and the Hollydale. The people were delicious. The setting was lovely. And a wonderful time was had by all. Rather unfortunate for the Danish fellow we were eating, but there you have it. Some people were made to be eaten, and others, it seems, were made to eat them. And that's it. So basically, brothers and sisters, I'm gonna put the link in the description for you, and you could look it up for yourself. Have a great day.